Okay guys, rounding decimals. So rounding decimals is actually quite easy, and there's just some clear-cut rules that you need to follow. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the bands that where we either round up or we stay the same. You never round down, you always either stay the same or you round up. So if a digit is between 0 and 4, we stay the same. Okay, so it stays in that same position that it's in. If it's between 5 and 9, we go up by 1. Okay, we go up by 1. So let's talk about how we actually do this process. So first we need to determine how many decimal places we want to round to. So in this instance, and a lot of the questions in your book, it will actually have that number in brackets next to the number that we're rounding. So this one we're going to round to 3 decimal places. The next thing you have to do is the thing that I call you've got to cut. So I cut a line after 3 decimal places. So here I count 1, 2, 3 decimal places, and then I cut a line, okay? And then the next step is to determine the critical digit. Now the critical digit looks at these bands and it decides whether or not the digit next to the cut is going to go up by 1 or it's going to stay the same. So our critical digit here is 7, okay? So it's right next to the line, to the right of the line. And as we can see, 7 is between 5 and 9. So that means I need to go up by 1. Now which number needs to go up by 1? It's the number directly to the left of the line. So our 3 needs to go up by 1. So that means that once I round this number, it's not 7, it's 3.784, because this number has gone up by 1. Let's do it again here. Now this one's a tricky one. It says 0 decimal places. So I have to round this to 0 decimal places. So I cut my line where the decimal point is. My critical digit is the 9. These now count for nothing. Okay, they don't matter at all. We just look at the 9, and the 9 says we go up by 1. So once again, the number on the left goes up to 5. Here, I need to round to 1 decimal place. So I count 1, cut my line, look at my critical digit. My critical digit is a 2. So it's between 0 and 4. So that means that my number on the left is going to stay the same. So that means it's 8.2. This one here, we're rounding to 2 decimal places. So I count 1, 2 decimal places, cut my line, my critical digit is the 5. So that means it's going to go up by 1 on the left. So my answer is 6.15. Here, 3 decimal places. So I count 1, 2, 3, cut my line, look at my critical digit. Okay, my critical digit says that my number has to stay the same. So that means my answer is 7.876. And that's basically it. It's rounding decimals. So you determine how many decimal places you need to count. Okay, this instance was 3, 1, 2, 3. You cut a line, bang. The number on the right is the critical digit. It decides whether or not your number is going to go up or down. And the one on the left, that's the one that you perform, it either going up or staying the same. Okay? Rounding decimals.